Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about prepositions, starting with the prepositions over, with, and by. If you guys have any questions about this class or want to request material for future classes, you can let me know on Facebook, and I'll put my Facebook name in the chat box for you. Anna, welcome to class.
Hello. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Awesome. And Lena, welcome to class.
Hello.
Hi, Lena. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Awesome. And Greg, welcome to class.
Hello.
Are you doing well also?
Very well, thanks.
Good to hear. Nacho, how are you?
Hello, Michaela. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to have you with us, Nacho. So, to start class today, I'm going to put the notes we'll be using in the chat boxes for you guys. You can load them up yourself, or you can check them out with me as I screen share when we begin them. But before we get to those notes, we're going to talk a little bit about what prepositions are. Nacho, do you want to give us a little information about what prepositions are and how we use them?
I can try, but I think it's a little difficult to explain.
It's complex, definitely.
Preposition is a word that is used between a verb and a noun in order to link gives the expression the meaning that you want to do with the link.
Mm-hmm.
And there are
That's
several.
A good start. Yeah. So they can add on more information. That's an important part of what they do. Lena, what else do prepositions do?
Prepositions for connecting two words, for example, we can make I don't know.
All right. Yeah, we do use them to connect. Let me welcome a couple other students and we'll continue talking about what it is that prepositions are. Elena, welcome to class.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you, Elena?
Fine.
Good to hear. Awesome. Fernando, welcome to class.
Hey, Michaela, how are you?
Good. How are you, Fernando?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. Everyone sounds like they're having a good day. And Biswajit, did I say that right? Is my pronunciation like okay?
Yeah, Biswajit. Are you
okay,
correct?
Well, welcome to class. Where are you from, Biswajit?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I am from India.
Nice to meet you. All right.
Thank you.
So
you?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited. We're about halfway through the week. I'm having a great time so far. And we're talking about prepositions. We had a couple students say that they are a way to link words, and that's true. But they do it in a very specific way. So a preposition is different from a conjunction because conjunctions also link words, cats and dogs, right? But and is not a preposition. So let's have Anna tell us what's the difference between a conjunction and a preposition.
Well, it's a difficult question to answer in English or even in Spanish. Let's see. A preposition accompanied can accompany the verb, a noun, or other word.
Mhm.
Conjunctions is other kind of word that could be between some words to add. For example, conjunction Y. Conjunction Y is to add other answer to the sentence. Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think you're pretty close. Everyone's been talking a little bit about how they add information. And that's true. And I'm going to give a little more, like one more tip onto this growing definition we have. Prepositions are really helpful to show relationships, specifically ones about location and time. So conjunctions, they add on additional information, but they don't really show relationships between what they're talking about, where prepositions do. So I might say that I'm sitting between my brothers. And then I've got on the right of me I have one brother, on the left of me I have one brother. So you see our locational relationship. And conjunctions are not really able to do that. So that's what we use prepositions for, to show relationship in space and in time. And we had one more student join class. Alejandro, welcome to class.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, Alejandro?
Fine, thanks.
Excellent. All right, so let's dive into the notes today. I'm going to put them on the screen share. They're also in the chat boxes if you guys want to open them on your own screen. And today we're talking about over, with, and by. We're kind of doing some specific work with those prepositions. But let's also talk about what are some other prepositions. I'm going to ask everybody to name one or two prepositions for me, starting with Nacho. Aside from the ones we're talking about, over, with, and by, what are some other prepositions you can think of? Any ideas, Nacho?
Sorry, I was on mute. Up, in, off,
Up, in, off. Great.
behind,
Mm-hmm.
by, above.
Good list. Thanks, Nacho. Lena, give us two more.
Two more. I don't know, for example, by or at
Uh-huh.
or
Great.
for example.
Mm-hmm. Great examples. Greg, can you give us two more?
Oh, I think I wasn't between. No, you said it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good one.
another one. You need another one. After? No, before, after.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Thanks, Greg. Fernando, give us two more.
Around
Mm-hmm.
and but
Around, and what was the second one?
but
As in B-U-T?
yes.
Now it is actually a conjunction.
Okay.
So it's not a preposition. Give us one more preposition.
Or behind.
Yes, behind. Great. Thanks, Fernando. Elena, can you give us two more prepositions?
I don't know because other people has said a lot of them, so
It's
I
harder
don't
and
know.
harder.
I'm sure I'm going to repeat one.
That's okay.
From, at, to, in, with, near. Near is a preposition?
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, that
Near.
counts, near.
Okay.
All right. And Biswajit, you're up next. Can you give us two more?
Yeah. Make up.
Did you say up?
Yeah. Make up.
All right, up is a good preposition. Give us one more.
Uh, with.
With. Good. Okay, and Anna, give us two more prepositions.
Yes. For example, to watch, under, until,
Mm-hmm.
with, within, or within, without,
Awesome job.
according,
Thanks, Anna.
according to.
To is a preposition, but according is not.
Well, but two words always go together. I learn in these ways. Then I don't remember divide it to the two words. The two words.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem. To is a good preposition. Thanks for adding those to us, Anna. And Alejandro, can you give us two more?
Through, across, along.
Yes. So we have tons of prepositions in English, and I have a really helpful list that I'm putting in the chat box for you guys now. This is a list of most of the most common prepositions in English. It's not a complete list. There are more than this, but that's a lot of the most common ones. So it's really helpful to have with you if you're ever doing work with prepositions or just to look at every once in a while to practice a little bit. And now we're going to get into a few specific prepositions, starting with the preposition over. We have a few rules or maybe patterns to how we use this preposition that we're going to talk about today and get some examples for. The first one, we have the pattern in purple and 3 examples. Alejandro, will you read that for us?
Okay. Over is used to indicate movement from one place to another. Come over to my house for dinner sometime. Could you roll over? They sent over a gift for his promotion.
Thanks. Great job. Anna, can you read the next purple pattern and 3 examples?
Yes. Used to indicate movement downward. The big tree fell over on the road. Can you bend over and get the dish for me? He pushed over the edge.
Thank you very much. The next pattern in purple with 3 examples, Biswajit. Can you read it?
Yes. Yes. Used to indicate more than an expected number of amount. This amount is over our prediction. It's 12 and over can watch this movie. The phone rang for over a minute.
Thanks. We've got one more common way we use this preposition. Elena, can you read the last one there for us that I highlighted?
Yes. Used to indicate a period of time. I worked there over a year. She did not sleep there over these past months.
Thanks. All right, so let's practice these patterns a little bit. I'm going to ask you guys to write some similar sentences. And let's start with Nacho and Lena. Write a sentence that models the last pattern, indicate a period of time, and put it in the chat box when you're ready. And Greg and Fernando, will you guys write sentences that model the third rule here to indicate more than the expected number or amount?
Okay.
And put them in the chat box when you're ready.
Okay.
Elena and Biswajit, write sentences about movement downward using the preposition over and put them in the chat box when you're ready. And of
Yes.
course, Alejandro and Anna write sentences about the first pattern that indicate movement from one place to another and put them in the chat box when you're ready. And if you guys have any questions while you're working, certainly let me know.
Hello, teacher.
Yeah, question?
I have one question. I
Go
don't
ahead.
understand. I don't understand uh, what we have to do. That you tell me about this.
Uh-huh. So you're going to write a sentence that follows the pattern of movement downward. That's the second rule. So make a sentence that's similar to the examples we saw. The big tree fell over on the road. You can bend over and get the dish for me, or can you bend over and get the dish for me? You're going to make a sentence that uses over to talk about movement downward and write it in the chat box.
Okay, okay.
All right. And while you guys are still writing, we have a couple that are ready. He jumped over me and began to hit me. Ooh, that's not good. All right. Good. And Elena, did you have movement from one place to another or movement downward? All right. I don't hear you, Elena, but it's a good sentence. Thanks, Elena.
Oh, sorry. I left for a moment.
Well, I read your sentence and it's a good one. It looks like it's talking about movement from one place to another or maybe movement downward. Is that right?
Yes. Well, I try to indicate. Forward. Over the second one, as you said.
Yeah, that one works as long as you start from a position above the person. So maybe he's like on the second story of a building and she's on the first story and he jumps over her. That would work.
Okay.
Thanks, Elena. The next sentence, the children jumped over the river in order to arrive at the other side. Yes. Excellent job, Alejandro. That's definitely movement from one place to another.
Thank you very much.
All right. The quantity of cars is over 200. It's 2 o'clock. We are over time. Awesome. So we got two sentences here. We need to make cars plural, of course, because we're talking about 200. So the quantity of cars is over 200. Good sentence as long as we make cars plural. And it's 2 o'clock. We are over time. Yeah, great. I love that one. That one's for 3, right? More than the expected number or amount.
Yes.
Great examples. Awesome. Next, and I see a baby has come downward to her mother. All right. So we don't have the word over in that sentence, but it's a good sentence. And the next one I see, my sister returns over to my house after 2 years. All right. So we have to put an S on returns, first of all, because it's a third person singular. My sister returns over to my house after 2 years. That works. Thanks, Anna.
Okay, okay. Third person. I always forgot.
It's okay. It's an easy and small mistake to make. Easy
Hello,
to correct.
teacher.
Yeah,
Hello.
question?
Yeah, what is the problem in this sentence? A baby has come downward to her mother. Is this correct or?
There's not necessarily a problem, but we're practicing using the preposition over, and there isn't a preposition over in that sentence. So you might want to change it so that you can use the preposition over talking about a movement downward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, just reform it, and we'll go over it again in a second.
Okay.
I see a couple in the Google chat, so I'll read those now. It took me over a year to get used to the Chinese food. Excellent sentence, Nacho, talking about more than the expected number or amount, right? Or no, a period of time. That's what that one is. Yeah. Thanks, Nacho. Next up, I can't work by one place over a year. Good sentence, Lena. And when you say by, I think you mean in, right?
By in one place.
So it's a good sentence as long as you change by to in. You can say, I can't work in one place over a year. And then that would work. Thank you very much, Lena. Excellent indication of a period of time. And the next one, the government is trying to stop the unemployment rate that is running over 5% during the last three quarters, 2014.
Correct.
Got it.
Yes.
During the last 3 quarters in 2014. And we need a preposition before last. But other than that, it's a great sentence, Greg. Thanks. And I see one more sentence in the Google chat box. Do you remember me over a month? Okay. That's a good sentence. It's a little bit odd. Do you remember me over a month? How about, we need a little more information. How about do you remember me? We met over a month ago. So I had to change that a little bit because if we say, do you remember me over a month, it kind of means like you're asking if the person was remembering you for the entire month, which is a little bit odd. So I just changed it a tiny bit, and then I think it keeps the meaning you wanted, but makes a little more sense.
Okay.
Good?
Okay,
All
good.
right. Thanks, Lena. And let's see if we have any more in the Verbling chat. Nope, I don't see any more. Okay, so do you guys have any questions about the patterns for over before we start to talk about the preposition by? Excellent. Then it is Fernando's turn to read the first rule and the 3 examples.
By used to indicate proximity. Can I sit by you? He was standing by me. The post office is by the bank.
Excellent. The next pattern and 3 examples is for Greg. Can you read those for us?
Okay. Used to indicate the person that does something in a passive voice sentence. The microwave was fixed by the mechanic. The flowers was delivered by a postman. The branch office was closed by the head office.
Thank you very much, Greg. Lena, can you read the next rule and the 3 examples for it?
Used to indicate an action with a particular purpose. You can pass the exam by preparing for it. I impressed my feeling towards her by writing a letter. She finally broke the record by poor effort.
Thank you. And the last rule we have for by, and 2 examples, is for Nacho. Can you read those for us?
Yes, used to indicate the mean of or method. Please send this package to Russia by airmail. I came here by subway.
Thanks. All right, so we're going to treat this one the same as the last one. We're going to write some sentences with by, but this time I'm going to let you guys choose which pattern you want to explore and try out a little bit. Maybe try one that you're not sure you know how to use. That way we can talk about the meaning and use of each of these. So you guys are going to write another sentence, but this time you can pick which rule or pattern you're going to explore. Do you guys have any questions before you start?
I have a question, Michaela.
Yeah.
In the first pattern, could you replace by near? Is the same?
Yes. In the first one, by is a synonym to near.
And what's the difference between both? Any
Nothing
difference?
except for the way that we use it. So, I mean, you can say, can I sit near you? He was standing near me, and the post office is near the bank. And it means the same thing. It's just a different way of saying it.
Okay, okay, understood.
Good question. If you guys have any more questions, let me know as you're writing. All right, we have one sentence already made. We got to look in the picture. Only in the heart of the movie was resumed by the technician. Okay, that one looks like a good example of a passive voice sentence. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. When you say in the picture, are you talking about a movie?
Yeah, I am talking about a movie.
Okay, sometimes a movie can be called a picture, so that's all right. We get to look in the picture. I would say at the picture instead of in the picture. Usually in is for confined spaces, so it might be better to say at the picture. Only in the heart of the movie. When you say only in the heart of the movie was resumed by the technician, what are you trying to say?
It means in the middle of the movie. In the heart of the movie means in the middle of the movie.
Okay, so only in the heart of the movie. But the
Yeah.
problem we have here is that
Just
you're using the movie as both an object and a subject. So we need to reorganize it a little bit. You can say, we get to look at the picture. Only
wait.
in the heart of the movie. Why don't we just say only the heart of the movie? Only the
I
heart.
just simply tell you. You listen, okay? Hello,
Okay.
teacher. I just trying to say that we go to see a movie, but in the middle of the movie, we resumed by the technician. I thought it like that.
Okay, so I'll try to use those same ideas and restructure this sentence a little bit. It might sound a little more natural if we say, we get to see the picture,
Yeah.
period, and then start a new sentence, only the heart of the movie was
I
resumed
sent one
by the
sentence
technician.
and you see.
Uh-huh. But in the middle of the movie, but we still have one problem that I'm going to show you how to fix. Okay, so I restructured the sentence and put it in the chat box for you because we can't use one word as both an object and a subject at the same time. So I made it a new sentence and said, only the heart of the movie was resumed by the technician. Make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Good sentence.
Yeah, thank you.
The next one I see in the chat box is, by attempting it without rest, she achieved the goal she had proponed herself. When you say proponed, what are you trying to say, Alejandro? Proposed?
Make a proposal.
Okay, proposed.
I
Great.
proposed. I'm sorry.
No problem. So, by attempting it without rest, she achieved the goal she had proposed herself. Good. Excellent sentence. And let's see. By attempting it without rest. Which rule were you using here? Method?
By
Or
particular purpose.
okay, yes, that does show us some particular purpose. Great sentence, Alejandro. The next one I see in the Verbling chat is, I was standing by the door in the bus. Great. That one looks like the first pattern used to indicate proximity. Good sentence, Anna. And the sculpture was designed by Gaudí. Excellent again. That one looks like a passive voice sentence. Nice job, Anna. All right, we have a few in the Google chat I'll read now. The first one I see is, I travel by airplane to Paris. And that one looks like method, the very last one. It's a good one, although, of course, airplane is a little misspelled. It should be A-I-R, plane. Thanks, Lena. Next up, the wall was painted by themselves before they decided to sell the house. All right, that's a good example of a passive voice sentence. Thanks, Nacho.
Done.
I improved my English by practicing every day. Excellent sentence, Greg. The way you spell practicing is a little unusual. I think it might be British English spelling. I spell it with a C. I know that British English, sometimes they use S's, where in American English we use C's. So it might be British English spelling.
I don't understand you, sorry.
The way you spelled practicing for in American English is not correct, but
no?
I believe it might be in British English that it is correct. There are some differences in the way we spell stuff.
Okay.
But I would say practice with a C.
Yes, Michaela, it is correct in British English, I'm sure.
Ooh, thank you, Elena. Thank you for helping us out there. All right, so it's not incorrect, Greg. It just is unusual for me.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Greg. Good sentence. And it looks like you're trying to say with a particular purpose. Is that right? All right, I hope it's right. Next one, I like going to work by foot. I have lost weight by playing football. The first one looks like the method rule. And the second one looks like particular purpose.
Yes, but it is correct by foot, because I wasn't sure, and in fact I have writing for you to correct me.
Nope, you are totally capable. You can say by foot. Some people also say on foot, but both are correct and can be used. So you can say by foot or on foot.
Oh, perhaps I think it's the matter of British English and American English, because I'm almost sure that someone corrects me by foot, and perhaps now I'm sure that that person was speaking British English.
Interesting. Maybe it is another little difference we have, but I think it sounds good the way it is. Thanks, Elena. And the last sentence I see in the Google chat is, I'm impressed by your results. Excellent, Lena. Good sentence. And that looks like purpose, maybe? Or I'm not sure if it even fits into a clear pattern here, but it's a good use of the word anyways. Maybe it's a method kind. But it's a good sentence, Lena. Thank you. All right, I'll do a quick check for any other sentences. We have a couple more sentences. Ultimately, I can communicate with my family by mobile phone. Yes, excellent method sentence. And family is a little misspelled. It should be with a Y, not an IE. But other than that, it looks awesome.
Mm,
So, any other questions before we move on to with?
Yes, there is some mistake in the sentences in family, maybe?
Yeah, just the Y. It should be, when it's singular, we just need a Y. And if you want to make it plural, we do change the Y to an IES.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So let's do with. And I'm going to ask Alejandro to read the first pattern that we're going to talk about for with.
Okay. With is used to indicate being together or being involved. I ordered a sandwich with a drink. He was with his friend when he saw me. She has been working with her sister at the nail shop. The manager will be with you shortly.
Thank you very much. And Ahmed, welcome to class.
Thank you. You are welcome.
Good to have you here with us. Can you see the notes okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Will you read the highlighted section that shows a pattern of how we use with plus 3 examples?
Okay. Used to indicate having. I met a guy with green eyes. Were you? Were you the one taking with an accent? People with a lot of money are not always happy.
Thank you very much. Great job. And Anna, read the pattern after that.
Okay. Used to indicate using. I wrote a letter with the pen you gave me. This is the soup that I made with rice and barley. He cut my hair with his gold scissors.
Thank you very much. And the next pattern plus examples, let's have Biswajit read for us.
Okay. Used to indicate feeling. I am emailing you with my sincere apology. He came to the front stage with confidence.
Excellent. And Elena, since you're already back, will you read this last rule for us?
Yes, used to indicate agreement or understanding. Are you with me? Yes, I'm completely with you. She agrees with me.
Awesome. So we're going to do this one like the last one. You guys can choose one of these patterns you'd like to try out and write a sentence in the chat box. And then I'm going to try to guess which pattern you're showing me.
Okay.
And be creative with these sentences. Be adventurous. Use the one that you're not sure if you know how to use. Use any vocabulary that you're not sure of. That way we have a lot to talk about and discuss, and any questions can be answered. So go ahead and write your sentences, and we'll get to read them in the chat box. We've got one already ready. Most of rich people are involved with social issues. Excellent. And there's one preposition that's not actually necessary. We can just say most rich people are involved with social issues. And if we take out the of, it becomes a perfectly correct sentence. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
And it looks like you are using pattern number 1. Of course, being involved. We've got one in the Google chat box. Are you happy with your new job? Excellent sentence, Lena. No corrections I can make for you there. And let's see. Is it... It's not feeling, it's not using, it's, I guess, having. Or maybe being involved. One or the other of those, it seems. So good sentence for either of them. And back in the Verbling chat box, we have a couple more. I agree with you that you have to be with her at such a hard time. Yes, awesome sentence. Looks like being involved, the first rule. And I would say change at to during. I think that's a little bit better. Both are okay, but I think using during makes the sentence a little more clear.
Okay.
Thanks, Nacho. Next up, that girl with blonde hair came over to show me her new doll house built with bamboo leaves. Aw, very cute. So we don't need the N on show. We can leave that off. I think that was just a typo, right?
Okay, came over and show me.
Yeah, no N. Excellent. Good sentence.
Good.
Well done, Alejandro. And that one looks like number 3, using. Okay. We have a couple more in the Google chat I'll read now. My brother goes to Newark with his friend and him having some beautiful things to me. All right. The first part of that sentence is wonderful. The use of with is perfect. So that looks like being together, right? Being together. But we have a couple corrections to make on the last part of that sentence. And him having some beautiful things to me, you mean him sending, maybe?
Yeah, not he sending, he bring with him to me.
Okay. Okay, so you might say, and he brought me some beautiful things. I'll put that in the chat box for us. Thank you very much. Great sentence.
Okay, thank you.
Next up, she passed the finish line with a great happiness feeling. Awesome. Good sentence. Just 2 small things. First, because we're talking about something that happened not right now, but in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, just we have to change it to the simple past. And happiness is with an I, not a Y.
Oi.
But other than that, it's a great sentence. Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome.
Next up, I come here with my brother because I want to speak with truth and show you I'm with you. Ooh, nice. So we used it twice, with my brother, which would be kind of like being together, and show you I'm with you is to indicate understanding. Very nice job, Elena.
Yes, but and speak with truth. I am not sure that's correct. There's a third with.
Yeah, speak with truth. We have number 3 there, and that one looks like to indicate feeling, right? Or maybe using the truth, one of those. But yes, it is a correct usage of with as well.
It
Very
doesn't
nice.
sound weird.
It sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right, we have 2 more in this chat box, and then I'll go check the other one again. Our teacher is very patient with us. Oh, I like that sentence. Thank you, Lena. And that one looks like being involved or being together. Thank you very much, Lena. And the last one I see, my granddaughter has blonde hair with blue eyes. And that one would be having. Excellent. You guys did an awesome job on this one.
Okay.
One more. I usually cook many foods with potatoes. Yes, that would be like maybe using potatoes. Awesome, Anna. Okay, if you guys have a couple other sentences, you're welcome to continue writing them, and we'll get back to them in a second. And we're just going to do a quick fill in the blank with first starting just with over, with, and by. So in these 6 sentences, your options are one of those 3 that we talked about today. And I'll start with Nacho for number 1. Can you read number 1 and decide which preposition is best there?
Okay. If she left at 4 p.m., she should be here by now.
Uh-huh. Excellent. Thanks, Nacho. Lena, will you do number 2?
Go, go with there and catch by my ball. With.
Not exactly. So with doesn't work very well because with usually is attaching like another noun, but we don't have another noun. Try another one.
Maybe by.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, over. Go
Over.
and catch my ball.
Yes, excellent. So that would be like indicating a movement from one place to another. Thanks, Lena. Greg, will you try number 3?
Yes. With your determination, you will be able to achieve your dream.
Yep, great job, Greg. Elena, try number 4.
I just found it. It was I don't know over the radio on my desk, but I don't know if we can use by there as well with a different meaning.
By is a little bit better because by would be something like near my radio. So that would be a synonym to near the radio on my desk. Over would be okay, but it's a little bit strange because over usually doesn't mean touching something. So it would be kind of be like hovering over, like not touching. So by is a little bit better, but you're right, we might have more than one possibility.
Or perhaps on. On it would be all right. It was on my radio. Okay.
Yeah, that would be another one that works well. All right.
That's over.
Pajit, will you try number 5?
Yeah. I knocked him. I'm not sure, but I think by accidentally.
Not quite. Try again.
I knocked him with accidentally.
Nope. It's that pesky over, the last choice. So I'll explain a little bit why. When we say I knocked him over, it's like saying he went from an up position downward. So it's a downward movement or maybe a movement from one place to another, but that's why we would use over here because the over is referring to the direction he was knocked.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. And Anna, will you do number 6?
Yes. She was by me when the accident occurred.
That could be. That's
Okay.
a possibility. I think also with would work here. This one might have more than one option. All
okay. I mean by and with. The two are correct.
Yep. Thanks, Anna.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So now we're going to go and do a little bit of general preposition work, which means, of course, with, over,
Michaela,
and by. Yeah? Question?
I have a question about by. There is another use that of by that is, for example, tomorrow I'm going to go to an opera by Verdi.
By what?
By someone, by an author, by Verdi.
Ah, yes, yes.
Or a novel by, I don't know, Garcia Marquez. It is okay?
Yeah, that's another way we commonly use by, like an author or a creator or artist of some kind. And yeah, that's another common use for it. Thanks for adding that, Elena.
Yeah, but I have a question about that. For example, I can say an opera by that author, Verdi. But can I say Verdi's opera?
Yep. That's another way of phrasing it.
Okay.
Totally another good way to say the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions on the ones that we talked specifically about before we go to a little more general work with prepositions? So then Alejandro gets the honor of having the first one, and this time we've got lots of options, and if you guys need specific suggestions for which prepositions, you can always look back at the link that I sent you in the beginning of class, which I can send you guys again if anyone joined late and didn't open it already.
Okay, so they are general prepositions.
Yeah, that means it could be over, with, or by. It might also be in, or at, or on.
Okay,
So we have
okay.
any prepositions as our options today.
So I
Alejandro,
start.
yeah, go ahead and do number one.
I found my car keys in my pocket.
Great. Well done, Alejandro. Number two, Nacho.
My friends are waiting for me at the mall.
Excellent. For me at the mall. Thanks, Nacho. Lena, will you try number three?
I saw the horse jump over the fence.
Yes, excellent. Very nice. The one we used today. Thanks, Lena. Greg, try number four.
Kathy lives with her parents in a small house.
Well done. Thanks, Greg. Elena, do the next one.
We took a taxi to the airport.
Perfect. Thanks, Elena. Iswajit, will you do number six?
Yeah. I put some clean towels in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Well done. In the bathroom works really well.
Yeah.
Anna, do number seven for us.
Linda rides the bus to school every day.
Mm-hmm. To school is perfect. Thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
Alejandro, we're back to you for number 8.
Steven is talking to his girlfriend by the phone.
All right. To his girlfriend by the phone. Thanks. Well done. And Nacho, do number 9.
We went to Boston on vacation.
Mm-hmm. Lena, number 10.
I like to watch TV. Maybe at late tonight. I like to watch TV.
This one's kind of an interesting one, and it's tough. So let me look and see if we have this. The first one, the first blank, is a blank that's from our list. And I'm going to give you a hint that it has 5 letters in it. It's a preposition with 5 letters in it.
I like to watch.
No
I
idea?
don't know. No ideas.
Does anyone else have an idea what that first blank might be?
Until.
Yes, until is a great one to fit there. I like to watch TV until late. And Lena, what's the second blank?
Maybe two nights or at night.
At night is the best answer here. Tonight works, but that would usually be one word and not 2 words. So I think at is perfect for that spot.
Okay.
Thanks, Lena. Greg, number 11.
We moved the bookcase from the bedroom to the den.
Excellent. Awesome. And Elena, last one, number 12.
I bought a new dress in the store.
Awesome. Okay, so some of those have multiple options and others are more specific. Do you guys have any questions or comments on all of the material we went over, or any other prepositions before we finish up today?
Yes.
What does then means? What does that mean?
What does what mean? Then?
Then with D.
Like THEN,
No,
right?
then in the last
Oh, den. Got it. Den would be usually a room to hang out in. It's not really for a specific purpose, like, you know, the dining room you would eat in, a bedroom you sleep in, a bathroom you take showers in. But a den would be kind of just a room to hang out in. You have a TV there, you have a couch, and it's usually, it could sometimes be like underground.
Okay, yeah.
I have one question, teacher.
Yeah.
This is Vishwajit asking. Yeah. In question number 10, there is I like to watch TV until late at night, like this.
Uh-huh.
But I think in first gaps, filling the blanks, there is something other preposition you which you I mean, we use or not.
So you feel like there might be additional prepositions that fit well
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Not that I can think of. Can anyone else think of another preposition we might put there?
If we not put until other than something else.
I can't think of any others that would fit in that sentence the way the sentence is written. If you change the sentence a little bit, you could put a different word, and also we don't have to put until there. Say we just wanted to say I like to watch TV late at night. We could skip over and not put anything there, but the meaning changes. So we could
Okay.
change the sentence a little bit, but the meaning would not be the same.
Yeah.
Does that answer your
Okay.
question?
And then one thing, what is the meaning of Boston? Question number 9. Boston. Boston.
Boston is a city.
Oh, oh, sorry. Okay, okay.
No problem. Yeah, it's a city in the US. So if you're not familiar with it, it's
I don't
probably
know.
not a very internationally recognized city.
Okay, I don't know. That's why I asking you. Okay.
No, it's a good question. Does anyone else have other questions before we wrap up today?
Yes, I have one. When somebody says we can meet at the mall, I don't fully understand if he would try to say me outside the mall, inside the mall, in the door, because since I feel like it's outside, but I don't know. It's difficult for me.
Preposition at is not very specific. So if you say at, it could mean a lot of things. It might mean inside, it might mean outside. But if, of course, if the person wanted to meet inside the mall, then they would probably just say, let's meet in the mall. So there's a good chance that if someone says, let's meet at the mall, that they do mean outside of the mall. Although it's not necessarily very specific, because at just means generally the location. But if they wanted to be specific and say in the mall, then they would have said that. So if they say at, then there's a good chance, I think, that they mean outside.
We can
Okay.
we can we can put there on the mall.
Well, if you say on the mall, you mean like on the roof, like on above the mall or something. So it's possible, but it's weird.
Okay, okay.
Any other questions?
No, I have no
All
question.
right. Great. Then I look forward to seeing you all again soon, and thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.